You ever dream of like the perfect Call of Duty game? One with everything in it, reliving some classics, but also having a bunch of brand new stuff with no need to start over fresh every single year, a new game kind of invalidating all the progress you did the year before, but instead just something for everyone and always? I mean, Call of Duty Online was kind of like that, but it was limited only to the Asian regions of play. COD Mobile is like that now, but it's mobile, not for PC or console, so it might not be for everybody. Well, that's where the talented minds behind SM2, Sm2 come into play, because they're looking to make that dream a reality. This is Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered, but way better. This is SM2. Today I want to take some time to run down this project with you and talk about what is truly one of the coolest things I think I've seen in the COD scene. As we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this project? Do you like what we discussed? Does it look good? And more importantly, would you play it? I know that I definitely would grind this out, so let me know down below. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, and of course, if you are new to the channel, do be sure that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things COD, including content on SM2 whenever it may be coming to the world. If you're part of that nearly 70% of viewers who are not subscribed, I'd love to have you in the community. That said, let's talk about the coolest fan-made project I think that I've ever seen in COD history. So firstly, what is SM2? Well, it's a modded Call of Duty client, not modded in the sense of like aimbot, trigger mods, walls, or the negative connotation associated with modding, but instead, it's a modded experience that brings in more than just the allotted content from one singular game. It's based off the Modern Warfare 2 engine, IW4, but has new features, weapons, perks, streaks, maps, quality of life design changes, and much more. We're taking multiple games and putting it all into Modern Warfare 2, arguably one of the best Call of Duties, if not the best Call of Duty ever made, and kind of housing it all in one. As for weaponry, there's 100+ weapons on release expected, complete with attachments and camos, which we'll jump into talking about some of those in just a second. There's 24 perks planned, some old, some new. Modern Warfare 3's point streak system, along with a 3-strike chain, is going to be here, outfitted with some new streaks even. There's party systems, including voice chats and the ability to join servers. There's custom lobby invite codes, which allows you to only join off specific codes that can be either static or randomized. There's an in-game currency like the original COD points back in Black Ops 1, no cost to the player or money up front. And they also look to support wager matches with those credits. There's a new melee weapon slot similar to Modern Warfare Remastered, so it doesn't take up one of your creative class weapons, 40+ menu music options from various different games here in the COD franchise, a brand new progression system, a ping system designated to highlight targets, danger, objectives, and more, redesigns of the menu and HUD, which look phenomenal by the way, we'll get to some footage of that, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. But again, to break them down even further, let's talk a little bit about weaponry, because this was something that was detailed almost initially, and we talked about it in our last breakdown of this, but that was months ago. For this, just to name a few, there's the AK-47 from Modern Warfare Remastered, the AUG from Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, the Ball 27 from Advanced Warfare, the Commando from Black Ops, the FAMAS from Black Ops, the Galil from Black Ops 3, the HBRA-3 from Advanced Warfare, the Honey Badger, the M4A1, the Maddox, the ARX for the tactical rifles, the FAL, the G3, the MSBS, the SWAT 556, and the Type 95. Submachine guns, you'll see the AK-74U, the Kuda, the MP40, the MP5, the MSMC, the Pharaoh, the PP90, the SOG 9mm, the Vector, the VMP. For light machine guns, you'll see the Ameli, Dingo, M27, and Stoner, and we could keep going on and on and on about this. And what they list on their website is actually just the tip of the iceberg. Every single weapon category here has at least like 4 to 5 classified weapons that they haven't listed off just yet, with some going all the way up to 10 classified weapons in a singular weapon category that have yet to be officially announced. What's also pretty cool is that it seems like they're adding in some custom weapons here as well, some things that look a little bit more futuristic by design, kind of taking design elements from Advanced Warfare perhaps, but giving something for quite literally everybody. If you want the more classic weapons, you got it. If you want something a little bit more zany and out there, you got it. One also thing that's really cool is they're adding in all kinds of different features from just the fundamentals of the game that you wouldn't ever think about way back in the day with 2009's Modern Warfare 2. Things like weapon inspects, they're being added in here, and honestly, some of the clips they showcased look pretty awesome. So I'm very much so looking forward to the weaponry on offer, but again, a little bit of everything for everyone. And for those that really do want to grind out the game, there is going to be a dedicated progression and ranking system here with this, where you end up unlocking things along the way, you end up getting prestiges, and the prestiges are honestly really awesome. It looks like they have prestige 1 to 10, but every single icon from every single prestige from every game is unlocked as you go along. along in regards to, say, Prestige 1, but you have access to all the Prestige 1 icons, Prestige 2, all the Prestige 2 icons, Prestige 10, all the Prestige 10 icons. So it looks incredible. Your level up until that point, you'll start at level 1, go to level 100, but if you want to keep going on, you'll Prestige, and that will then take you over into the next Prestige, all the way up to level 1000. So each 100 is a new Prestige that you enter into, and every 50 levels, you'll get a Prestige token and credits to your account for unlocking and buying things in-game. And the nice part, that changeover to Prestige is voluntary. It's not like the seasonal system we have right now where you just immediately cross over to 101. Instead, it's really up to you if you want to keep going past level 100. You could stay at that Prestige 1 for as long as you wanted, but if you wanted to go over into Prestige 2, then you definitely can. Now, we touched on the credit system. Those credits buying weapon unlocks, attachment unlocks, camo unlocks, like we saw within Black Ops, the original. And that's something that is rather interesting in how it's going to be coming back. Every single weapon will gain access to 2 attachment slots and a camo slot from the very beginning, so you don't need to worry about unlocking those basic ones, but a definitely nice addition here, playing on the classics, but also keeping it a little bit more modernized. If you're somebody that loves to grind camo challenges, well, man, you got a lot to do, but if you end up grinding out a weapon, ranking up the weapon fully, and doing all the challenges for gold camo on a weapon, if you do every single category, you'll end up getting chrome for that category. They haven't stated if there's going to be anything like a dark matter, a Damascus, a DM Ultra, an atomic camo, nothing like that, and honestly, there's so many weapons here that might be something that is next to impossible to unlock based off of how much playtime you may need, but I'd be very interested to see how that all works out. There also is going to be a store that gives players more freedom in choosing how to spend their credits, but it's not going to be like MTX or microtransactions. It's all in-game credits, so don't worry about that. In this, you'll be able to get a couple of different rewards, but they say that while they're attractive, they don't come cheap, and it'll be a hard choice between buying a new weapon or saving for a store item. Of that, you can end up getting things like melee weapons, emblems, calling cards, signature weapon variants, which are cosmetic only, kind of like, I guess, what we saw with some of the weapon variants in the past, camos, reticles, and player models, all coming in different rarities of common, rare, ultra, and exotic. And from their website, they explicitly state and reiterate that everything in the store is in-game credits earned solely through playtime and earning in-game. There is no money involved, no microtransactions whatsoever. So from just what we've seen out of the gameplay, what is detailed on their website, what is showcased in some of the gameplay clips they've put out officially, man, I'm excited here for this. One thing that I will say is that there will look to be some technical limitations because the game is built on IW4, that MW2 engine. Geekier of things here, it works on the same rule sets of the 32-bit operating systems that were incredibly popular back whenever the game was launched, meaning that it can only allocate 4 gigabytes of RAM to the game. Now, that's both good and bad. Good in a sense because even if you have the worst of PCs, you can probably run this thing incredibly well. But bad because on the lower memory pool, that means that there's snags for optimization and there needs to be a lot of things reworked fundamentally from the SM2 team to make them work out. Things like the attachment system, they had to fit everything into one package, and that was a lot of work for that redesign. So there's a lot of stuff here that may hold them up in regards to that, but it also is something that, for the player at least, it may make the experience a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more smoother, whatever the case. I'm looking forward to it though. Now, as for an ETA, there is nothing just yet, and as much as I am excited here for this project, as much as I want to get my hands on and play myself, it is something that I will never even try to rush these guys. They're doing it for the love of the community. They're not taking any payment here for this. They work their regular jobs and have regular lives outside of this, and it's a side project they're working on, but it is a damn good one at that. So right now, there is no ETA here with this. There is controller support for PC, so if you're a console player, you can come over, and it is something you can get used to as well, but it should be something for everybody. So many weapons, so many perks, so many streaks, so many maps, so many everything, man. It looks incredible, and for that, I honestly cannot wait. So stick around on the channel. We may have some things talking about this later on down the line, but for right now, let's just be excited together. Check out all their socials, link down there in the description below if you guys want to join their community on Discord. If you want to follow them over on Twitter, check out their YouTube for gameplay reveals. Whatever the case, all that can be found in the description below. But that said, that's where we're gonna wrap it up. So if you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, and of course, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things SM2 and anything COD related here in the future. We got you covered. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. I'm incredibly excited, man. Hopefully you guys are as well, but take care and peace.